Moors, welcome back to the Moore Weekly, where we're bringing you the latest news at Alhambra High School. I'm your co-anchor, Keiko.
And I'm your other co-anchor, Sean Patrick Lee. Recently, the Trump administration has made plans to take over Greenland.
Let's take a look.
After taking over Venezuela, President Donald Trump is pushing for the United States to take control of Greenland, calling American ownership of the island unacceptable unless it is under U.S. control. In a series of statements and a late-night social media post, Trump argued that Greenland is vital to U.S. national security, saying it is needed to defend against threats from Russia and China, further adding that they will also take over Greenland.
If we don't take Greenland, Russia or China will take Greenland, and I am not going to let that happen.
He claims that the Arctic territory plays a critical role in missile defense, particularly for the Pentagon's developing system known as the Golden Dome. Trump went further, saying NATO would become far more formidable and effective if Greenland was to be controlled by the United States, adding that alliance leaders should be supporting the move. These comments come as U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance hosted a meeting at the White House with the Danish Foreign Minister and Greenland's representative, alongside the Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Greenland, however, has firmly rejected the idea. Greenland's premier stated that Greenland does not want to be owned or governed by the United States and will remain part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Trump dismissed those remarks, saying he disagreed and warning the issue would become a big problem. Public opinion in Greenland strongly opposes the proposal. A January 2025 poll shows that 85% of Greenlanders do not want to become part of the United States, while only 6% support the idea. Demonstrators have gathered outside of the U.S. Embassy in Copenhagen, waving Greenland's flag and chanting, "Greenland is for Greenlanders." Denmark and other European leaders have rallied behind Danish sovereignty. French President Macron warned that any attempt by the U.S. to seize Greenland would have unprecedented consequences. Denmark has also announced an increased military presence in and around Greenland, coordinating closely with NATO allies in response to rising security tensions. While Greenland is sparsely populated, its strategic location between North America and the Arctic makes it crucial for missile warning systems, regional surveillance, and emerging shipping routes. The U.S. already operates a military base there and has authority to deploy additional troops under existing agreements. Still, Trump insists that leasing access is not enough, saying the U.S. must have full ownership. But for now, Greenland's leaders, Denmark, and much of Europe remain united in saying no.
LA protest turns chaotic, U-Haul truck drives into crowd. On Sunday, January 11, 2026, in the Westwood neighborhood of Los Angeles, a U-Haul truck was driven into a large crowd of protesters gathered near the Wilshire Federal Building near UCLA for a protest in support of nationwide anti-Iranian government demonstrations. The demonstration drew an estimate of 3,000 people and was part of broader international solidarity actions tied to protests inside Iran over political repression and calls for a change in their regime. At least one person was hit but suffered no serious injury, and 2 others declined medical treatment on the scene, according to authorities. A chaotic video shows crowds trying to stop the vehicle and detain the driver. The incident intensified debates over protest safety, the risks of vehicle-related attacks at demonstrations, and how law enforcement and local officials should protect both protesters and bystanders during large public gatherings, as well as fueling discussion within the Iranian diaspora and across the U.S. about how protest dynamics and public security impacts our society. Here's a video of the incident.
Recently, the Trump administration released a new food pyramid.
Here's more information. A woman has been murdered by ICE.
Here's what happened.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly.
They just killed that lady right there in that car, y'all.
Renee Nicole Good, a devoted mother of 3 and beloved member of her community, was shot and killed on January 7th by a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer during a federal enforcement operation in Minneapolis. Her family and neighbors say she was a kind, compassionate person whose life was tragically taken. The incident sparked immediate outrage, with thousands gathering for protests and vigils nationwide in her name. Demonstrations have taken place in all cities throughout the country. In Minneapolis and other communities, protests have been both peaceful gatherings to mourn Good and calls for systemic reform, even as some demonstrations have seen tensions with law enforcement. Supporters say her death has resonated far beyond Minnesota, prompting rallies in places like Indianapolis and Phoenix and coordinated actions under banners like ICE Out for Good. Adding to the controversy, multiple federal prosecutors in Minnesota recently resigned, reportedly in response to how authorities handled the aftermath of Good's death and the broader investigation.
When I think about Renee, all I can do is salute and give Renee Good honor.
Good's family has continued to call for justice and accountability, remembering Renee as a loved partner, mother, and advocate for her community. Federal and local investigations into the shooting remain ongoing, and officials have pledged to keep the public informed as the situation develops.
Over a week ago, the Trump administration had officially captured Maduro, who is the leader of Venezuela. Now, we have heard a lot of news about this situation. Things like it being illegal under the eyes of international law and Congress as well. And also for the fact that many people are mad. Why are we intervening with a random country when we were promised no wars, when we were promised America first? That's what Trump promised since day one of his campaign. But whether or not you agree or disagree with what happened in that country and the capturing that the United States had proceeded with, I want to talk about the progress of our country, more specifically the fact that it's almost been 1 year since Donald Trump has been elected. Now, Donald Trump promised a lot of things when he was getting elected, like lowering prices, like America first, no more wars. That's what he promised. So has he kept up with this? What do you think? Okay, first of all, with no wars, did you guys just hear Venezuela? I don't think we're gonna go under no wars. I doubt that a country whose leader has been taken from another powerhouse is gonna be very friendly with us, especially when that same powerhouse is also trying to invade Greenland. I mean, look at Ukraine, look at Palestine, look at so many different countries. They're still at war. So I just see us getting involved with taking another leader, with trying to invade a territory that's been owned by Denmark for centuries. That just seems counterproductive. I'm just surprised that his supporters are in support of this. I mean, you guys were the one that was preaching America first, make America great again, right? Well, is it great now? Let's see. Go to the grocery store. Prices are insane right now. Our national security is out of control, especially with ICE killing people such as Renee Good. It just doesn't seem like the promise of America first, making America great again, and having a better country has worked out at all. So looking into a year, are we better? I personally do not think so, okay? Our prices are high, we're getting involved in wars, and let's not forget, our president is literally in the Epstein files. And it is speculated that he's doing a lot of this stuff to push away from the fact that he's in these files. It is confirmed that he was on the fly logs. We've seen the photos of him with Jeffrey Epstein. And this is all skepticality, this is just an allegation, but come on, he diddled kids. I think we can all just agree on that. It just baffles my mind the fact that this man who was connected to this pedophile is still in office and we don't really care. I mean, at the end of the day, even someone like me on the left, like our side, what are we doing to stop this? We're not doing anything. Instead, we're focusing on all these other crazy things that this incompetent president is doing. And I think it's just ridiculous that this is the current state of our nation. It is ridiculous that this is the man in office. And I think that we really need to reconsider ourselves as a country, because if this man is the best we can do, then how screwed up is this country? That's all I really have to say, and yeah, it has not been a great year for this country at all.
Did you know that you have the potential for getting your own segment put into the More Weekly? If you have a video which you want to submit, either send it to this link or scan the QR code, and you have the potential to be put into next week's video.
It has recently been brought to our attention that derogatory graffiti and slurs were found on campus property, specifically on the door in the IT building, a high-traffic area for students and staff. Although the exact date of the graffiti was written is unknown, it was first notified by More Weekly staff around 2 weeks ago, meaning it has remained on the door at least that long without being removed. During that time, this harmful language was seen by many students and even teachers. This incident raises broader concerns about the normalization of slurs on campus, as well as questions about what the school is doing to maintain the safety and well-being of its students. We asked students around campus for their reactions, but few were willing to speak on the issue. Some dismissed it as a joke, while others expressed concerns that speaking up would lead to negative consequences. Furthermore, when campus supervisors were asked for an interview, they hesitated, wanting to ask admin for permission first. Hi, what's your name and grade?
I'm Johnny, and I'm in 11th grade.
And what are your thoughts or any opinions about derogatory words being vandalized and the school not really doing anything to clean it up?
I think it's very harmful, like, in general. Like, there's, like, a piece of graffiti on the lunch table near, like, SGR, and it's been there for, like, a while. And nothing has been really done to clean it up, and I think that's, like, a major issue. Like, nothing is really being done to the harmful graffiti on the campus.
And you think it's a bad reflection and it's harmful to students on campus?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
If words and messages like these cause real harm, especially to students from marginalized or minority backgrounds, why are so few people speaking up, even when they may recognize the damage being done? It speaks volumes about how hate speech has become normalized and the concerning inaction and hesitancy on campus. That's it for this week's video of The More Weekly. Stay tuned for more videos and check out our website, The More Newspaper, for more stories. See you all next time.
You want to know something crazy, guys? In all the time we've had this class, I think I've only filled anchors with her once, because either I've been gone or she's been gone. But guess what? We're here together again. So let's all just clap it up for Keiko and Sean Patrick Lee. Yeah, clap. I'm gonna give you guys time to clap.
Boo!